It's Neal in BMT 524 with a presentation on Internet economics. First, I took a look at the worldview to see how countries globally are comparing to the United States. Number one right now is currently Japan. Their average broadband speed is 61 megabytes per second. We are not doing so well at 4.8. This has economic implications, of course. I'll talk about that in a little second, but I just kind of wanted to demonstrate that while America seems like we have access, and if you look at our saturation, we're almost 80% of our countries has available broadband. But while that is a good statistic compared to some of the other countries in the world, we're falling behind other countries, particularly Iceland and Norway. The cost of that really bad speed is not doing too well either. We pay some of the most per month in San Francisco as much as $100 a month, while places like Seoul, which have excellent speeds, comparable to New York, comparable to Zurich, and you can argue London, pay among the lowest per month. I also want to take a look at what else could go wrong. There's been a lot of news, articles in the news about internet legislation, and people don't always understand what net neutrality means or free internet, things like that. And the easiest way to explain is to take a look at China. They have some of the strictest internet regulations, and it hurts business because people leave to start businesses. They call it the Great Firewall of China, and kind of a turn on words. But things like the word river, even if you search it in English, become restricted, and you're unable to get search results because the word river in China actually translates into the same name as the former president there. So they restrict it so that you have trouble searching for that particular word. So what happened recently? You might have seen a big victory in the news for internet being classified as a utility. And that's not necessarily true. It wasn't. We did get some good votes for net neutrality, and their argument was against throttling or fast laning, cable providers, broadband providers, deciding who gets the best speed of internet, whose sites get slowed down to try to encourage or discourage use on the internet. This would be like an artificial barriers of entry for other companies trying to break into these markets, and it would obviously deter business and could even cause monopolies or oligopolies in the long run. The vote yes restricted these things. It did not allow cable companies to artificially impede internet use. Once you're on the internet, it's free and fair use for all. That's great. The next step, some would say, would be to classify internet as a utility and make it not unlike electricity. So that way everyone has a particular rate that's regulated that they pay, and it would try to get some of those costs down that we looked at earlier, while also ensuring a certain level of quality, hopefully above the average quality. And while this might hurt the profits of some of the big businesses out there, if you look at people like Google, they're providing excellent speeds at low cost and show you that it is possible, that something in the system isn't adding up for the cable companies to be able to charge the rates they do and provide the services they do. But unfortunately, in a lot of these markets, consumers don't have any other choice. Thank you very much for your time, and have a good evening.